Hello everyone, we're starting lesson number 2 in computer, that is troubleshooting, the introduction of the lesson. All of you know that a computer is a machine and it can malfunction, right? That means fail to function anytime. So a computer is a machine but it can stop working. Now to identify the reasons of the problem in a system is called troubleshooting. Okay, I hope you will remember this. Now let's talk more about troubleshoot. You can see some pictures on the screen. To diagnose what is the problem with the computer, to find out what is the error with the computer is troubleshoot. Okay, and the process of doing it is called as troubleshooting. Now let's see the areas of troubleshoot. There are 3 areas to troubleshoot, and the first one is hardware, the second is the software, and the third is the operating system. These are the 3 areas to troubleshoot, to find out errors in the computer. I hope you have understood this. The first one, let's talk about hardware. Now all of you know the definition of hardware, right? It is the physical part of the computer. On the screen you will see some examples of hardware, the physical parts of the computer. And now let us see some examples of hardware problems that you might encounter, okay, that we come across. The first one is power failure. Sometimes power supply does not work. Okay. The second one is maybe loose connection of devices, like keyboard's connection is loose, or mouses or UPS or monitor's connection is loose. That can be one of the reasons that the computer doesn't work. The third one is noise of the fan dissipating more heat. Okay, this is the third one. There is more noise in the fan because maybe the computer is getting heated up more. Then hard disk crash or hard disk error, problem with the hard disk. Now let's talk about software. And you know the definition of software, right? You have learned this in class 6 probably. Computer software is a program or an application running on the computer. These are some of the examples on your screen. Let's see some examples of software problems that we might encounter. The first one can be error messages. Okay, some error messages like this one. It's a validation error message. Then maybe you're unable to install a software. This can be another software issue, software problem. Then slow speed while you're working on a particular software. You're not able to work fast enough. And then system crash or system error can be another example of software problems. Now let's see about operating system. And I think you know that the operating system is the backbone of a computer, very important part of a computer. Without this, the hardware and the software cannot work together. These are some of the examples. Even Windows 10 is the latest OS from Windows. Let's see some examples of operating system problems. Okay, one can be operating system restarts without any message, without any warning message. Okay, sometimes you might have experience, right? Then operating system stops to respond, it gets like it doesn't respond, and the operating system file does not boot. That means does not help the computer to start. So these are some of the examples of operating system problems. Now let us see the steps of troubleshooting. Okay, what can be the basic steps before we start troubleshooting, before we start to diagnose what is the problem with the computer. The first thing is you need to write some things you think are correct to solve the problem. What can be the reasons and how can you solve it? Okay, the second one is write down the steps how you can solve it or draw a flow chart. The third one is write the error messages that you see on the computer screen. The fourth is check if the cables are connected properly. This is a very common issue, okay? The cables are not connected properly. And the fifth one is if nothing works, restart the computer, and if still doesn't work, call an expert. I hope you have understood this lesson, troubleshooting. You can go back through the video and see it again.